What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So still waiting on some things. Got the capture card in. Turns out it's the cable that messed up, so we're still operating from the phone. Had a couple of complaints about the audio last time, so we're going old school here. The phone and a lapel mic. Been a while. I normally don't do that unless we're traveling, but gotta do what I gotta do because it's time for the weekly rotation. And I've got some newer stuff to the collection here, as well as, you know, just a few favorites that I reach back for, but mostly new stuff in this particular rotation. And it's week number 223, so stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is one that I haven't reached for in a while that smelled incredible. The wife was really enjoying it. It is Stronger With You Only. Admittedly, my least favorite of the bunch, but that doesn't mean it's not a great fragrance, because if you like Stronger With You, just in general, any one of them, you're bound to like all of them. I mean, not everybody's going to like all fragrances, I get it, but I get that citrus still based around vanilla. I still get a little bit of roasted chestnut. I get the roasted chestnut in every single flanker, regardless of if it's listed in the notes or not. I smell the base DNA at all times. Spices, I believe there's a little bit of ginger in this one. Very much a great spring and fall fragrance. Summer evenings, this will work totally fine if you want a fresher take on the DNA. Not the best hot weather option. They still don't really have a freshie in this particular line, but it is a really good fragrance that was nice to revisit during the day. Strong With You Only. And then when I got up the shower, something that is very fresh is Pear Potion from Paris Corner. Supposedly like a Scada plus Pear. All I know is that in the first impressions, I liked Mango Punch more, whereas in actual application of wearing these fragrances, I like this one more. Juicy pear. There's other things going on. There's a very fruity tone that's not super sweet, but it is juicy and it's vibrant and zesty because there's a little bit of spice here that give it kind of some pop in the opening, if you will. Performance has been kind of falling in the average range. Wore this one last week, wore it again this week. I've really been digging it. I'm working on a review for both this and Mango Punch. But if you haven't tried it yet, this one is not as feminine as Mango Punch. That one's more centered around florals, not just tropical fruits, whereas this is more around the fruits with a little bit of spice. Good stuff. Out the shower, Pear Potion. Moving into Monday is one of the newest releases from Jean Paul Gaultier. I quite enjoy. It's kind of a slightly more blue / vanilla heavy take on Le Male. It is Le Male Lover. The color of the bottle is very fitting because this ambergris definitely smells like ambroxan to me. I get a little bit of that slight bubblegum sage kind of feel, even though it's not listed. They list 3 notes: vanilla, pepper, I believe like white pepper, black pepper. It's pepper of some kind, and ambergris, but it smells like ambroxan. You get loads of vanilla. You have to like vanilla, which I very much do. It's a spicy, dry, somewhat creamy vanilla. You do get an enhanced freshness as it calms down and kind of settles into the top and early, you know, stages, like the heart of the fragrance. There is some freshness here. It very much smells, like I said, kind of like ambroxan is what the ambergris is. It's nice. Is it groundbreaking? No. Is it highly wearable? Yeah, as long as you like vanilla. I don't think it's so heavy of a vanilla that you can't wear it in the warm weather. It's not the best choice for high heat, but it'll totally work. And performance is above average, as with most Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, kind of in that 8-9 hour range in longevity for me. Sillage kind of surprises me at how strong it is on my skin, because I can constantly smell myself without it wearing out all that much on my nose. It's a pretty solid fragrance. During the day, Le Male Lover. And then when I got the shower, we were just talking about the other fragrance in the line. Now let's talk about Mango Punch from Paris Corner. Supposedly like Mango Skin from Wilhelm. I've never smelled the original. I've never smelled that fragrance. I'm sure it's great. Wilhelm puts out phenomenal niche fragrances. They really do. I have a few fragrances myself. Last year's release, big fan, as well as, why does it elude me? Black Citrus. It's actually really good, interesting, fresh fragrance. But this, very mango fruity. Mango pineapple. There's like a purple fruity tone in here. I don't remember exactly what it is. It might have been black currant or something like that. But very fruity, sweet and ripe, but also has a nice floral tinge to it. So this one definitely leans more unisex / feminine than Pear Potion. But it still is a very impressive fragrance. If you like mango or tropical fruity fragrances, This is one you definitely want to get your nose on. They seem to be in and out of stock pretty quickly on Aroma Concepts website. I'll have them linked down below because that's where my bottles came from, and people keep messaging me that, you know, this one sold out. Oh, I just got it. Now it's sold out again. So I don't know, you know, blind buy at your own risk. But if you like mango, you're bound to like this. Just know it does lean a little feminine. Out the shower, mango punch. Moving into Tuesday, one of the newer hype beasts to come out. It's an original, it's tropical, it's super long lasting on me. I've seen people give me feedback that it doesn't last long on them. Everybody's different, but Lattafa's Asad Zanzibar, I'm a fan. Wore it again back-to-back weeks. Probably gonna wear it again next week. It kind of seems like it's just gonna sit in the rotation for now because I do keep wanting to revisit it. My wife is a huge fan of this one. This is one of her favorite pickups I've had in a while. And I'm quite a fan as well. Saltwater coconut, a little on the creamy side, but not super creamy. The incense vanilla combo as it dries, I've said many times, kind of gives a roasted tonka bean type of smell. It's powdery without being a powder bomb. People constantly want to keep relating it to Le Beau. I think there is a little bit of a similarity there, but it's a little similarity. It's not like it's a clone or anything like that. This is an original with the master perfumer, and it's right around 37 bucks last I checked. It's a worthy pickup to me. I mean, teach their own. If you're interested, get it. If you're not interested, don't get it. Just know that there's always a chance that you'll blind buy something and not like it. That's the dice roll of blind buying. So, you know, as I said with the other Paris Corner fragrances, pretty much anything, any fragrance, blind buy at your own risk. But I quite enjoy this one. Don't just take my word for it. Try to get a decant, something like that if you can. I did do a full review. If you want to hear more, make sure to check that out on the channel. But during the day, once again, Asad Zanzibar from Lattafa. And then when I got the shower, it's time for a shave. And this has been my go-to. Sauvage. Yep, Sauvage. Wife loves it. She raves every single time I shave with this. She raves about it. Getting close to about halfway down on this bottle. Whenever I run out of this, because it has been my go-to for months now, whenever I run out of this, I will rebuy this. And I would say within the next year to year and a half, this bottle will be empty. So I do mix it up. Lately, I've been using a Deep Comforting from Nivea, which that's in this rotation as well. You'll see it here in a moment. It's a darker vanilla. When I'm in the mood to wear vanilla, I wear that. When I want fresh shower gel, I go with this. And I go nose blind to this pretty quick. But again, my wife loves when I wear this one. So naturally, it's an easy option to use over and over. It makes my skin feel really good as well. That's very important with your aftershave. But out the shower, had a shave with Sauvage. Moving into Wednesday, one of the more powerful, fresh meat, spicy kind of fragrances that I have. It's an all-time favorite DNA for me. This is Mancera's Intense Cedrat Boise. I'm a huge fan. We were out and about. I had a long, full day ahead of me, so I wanted something that was going to perform, even though my nose wears out pretty quickly to it because it's so just intense. It's named right. It does come back to me a few hours later where it smells like I just sprayed it, but sharp lemon, nice and fruity, warm and spicy, leather heavy. It's a suede accord. The oud here isn't all that funky. It's more of a sweeter oud. This is a great, great fragrance. I encourage everyone to try this. Now look, is it redundant to the original? Of course, if you have the original, you don't need this, but I'm glad to have both because I wear them for different situations, because Cedrat Boise is one of my all-time favorites. It's my favorite Mancera. Those of you that didn't see my top 15 Manceras in my collection that I did last week, this and its original were number one because I can't pick between the two of them because I wear them for different situations. They're good for different things, even though they're based around the same profile. This is just an intense take. It's named appropriately. It was great to revisit. During the day, Intense Cedrat Boise. Then I got the shower. I just picked this one up at the rack store the other day. Decided to wear it that night. Ellis Aqua Extreme. It is nice. Dylan Blue meets Invictus Aqua. It's basically what I get here. Doesn't have loads of spice, but does have some spice. Doesn't have the smokiness of Dylan Blue, but overall, I totally get the tie-in for people. I do get a pinch of Invictus Aqua with this as well. This is superior. As I always heard, this is superior to its original. The Extreme is much better, though the Aqua's okay. It's decent for the little money you'll spend, but this is easily one of the better Ellis fragrances I've ever smelled because I like blue. I like aquatic. It's a dense blue aquatic. It gets the vote of approval from me. Nothing special, but a solid cheapy pickup. Out the shower, Pear Ellis Aqua Extreme. Moving into Thursday, this might have been my favorite day of the week as far as the aromas that I wore, because they're impressive. Nishane EGE during the day. Soapy, fresh, clean, aldehydic, citric, minty. I don't get the dark notes at all. Another one the wife kept raving about. I'm such a fan of this fragrance. Signature scent, fresh, clean. This is a signature scent, fresh, clean men's fragrance. Women can wear it too, but it very much screams men's fragrance to me. I love sniffing this one. They don't list it, but I get this aldehyde smell to it. It's got this creamy powder, slightly soft powdery, yet soapy, quite soapy, aromatic tone to it. Again, I get a little bit of a mint green feel. I get some citrus. There's things like, I want to say licorice or incense or something. There's some darker notes that I'm sure help blend and tie in and ground the scent, but I don't really smell them distinctively, but this one surprises me in performance. This one is loud. This can be cloying if you overspray this fragrance. So you heavy sprayers, start lighter and work your way up is what I would say. But you probably overload your nose and go nose blind to it anyway. And you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. It smells weak and I sprayed it 15 times. You probably overload your nose all the time. So it's probably no big deal to you to spray that much. But 5-6 sprays of this was pretty potent coming off of my neck the other day. I loved every moment of it too, I gotta say, and so did my wife. Just such a great underrated fragrance from them. During the day, EGE. And then when I got the shower, such a pleasant surprise that I got from Aroma Concepts recently. It is Paris Corner's take on Strong With You Oud, and it's spot on too. Veteran Oud in the Pendora scents line, and it's a nice bottle. It's heavy, thick base glass. The paint coating here, this wrap or whatever it is, doesn't feel cheap. There's a little bit of texture to it. Cap holds into place. It's some, decent metal with a little bit of plastic and solid atomizer. And it is so Stronger With You Oud. It's got that woodsy, spicy tone mixed with the Stronger With You, that sweet DNA. This is good stuff. I literally, when I realized what it was, I went grab Stronger With You Oud off my shelf and did a side-by-side, and it's spot on. I gotta say, 90+% accurate is kind of the way I describe them now, because no inspired fragrance is truly one-to-one. So that's why my thing is just about as close as it's gonna get is me saying 90+% these days. So that's pretty much how I'm gonna do it moving forward. And this is 90+%. So it's like Stronger With You Oud, very close, but on a budget. Not quite as powerful. That one's like 10 hours plus, whereas I clocked this one around 8 hours on my skin before it started to become a faint skin scent. So still a great above average performer, highly accurate scent profile. Not quite as strong, but still pretty strong. Out the shower, Veteran Oud. Moving into Friday, this is one of those days when I would say I was straight up killing the game. Those of you in my live streams, you hear me compliment people with that all the time. What do I mean when I say killing the game? That might be a little too urban lingo for some of you younger fellas that, say bet and for real and slaps and on God and all that, the new lingo. You know what I mean? Whereas that means you're just going above and beyond, doing better than most. You're having a great fragrant day. When I say you're killing the game in regards to your fragrance. And fragrances like Burlington 1819, you're killing the game when you wear this, in my opinion. This is a masterpiece. And my wife doesn't like it. My wife doesn't like it. I don't care. She doesn't hate it. It's not like, oh, you smell terrible, don't wear that around me, get away from me. It's not like that. Her way when she doesn't like something is like, ooh, that's really strong. She'll say that. So just kind of keep my distance a little bit when I'm wearing it till it calms down, because she did smell it 20 minutes after I sprayed it. It is pretty strong. So it's got this orange citrus peel, rum heavy smell on the top. It's warm and spicy while still being very fresh and citric in the top. Deep animalistic musky tone to it. Woods, florals. There's so much going on. Resins. There's a lot of layers to this one. It's extremely complex. Every time you go back to it, if you wait 20 minutes at a time, it'll smell slightly different. It's constantly nuancing and changing. And again, like I said, powerful, super long lasting, super unique. I've never smelled anything else like Burlington 1819. This is one of the greatest fragrances I've ever smelled. So yeah, I was killing the game, especially during the day with Burlington 1819. And on top of that, one of my favorite inspired fragrances I've come across in a long time. This is kind of like Tigar, very much like Tigar, honestly. Again, from Paris Corner. This is in their North Stag collection. This is, the reason I like this one more than say a Tarathi Blue People always bring up Black Panther from Alexandria. I'm sure it's great. Hanny puts out great fragrances. Love Alexandria. Shout outs to Hanny Hefes. I've never tried Black Panther. But with this, comparing to, say, Tarothi Blue, this has more spice than Ambroxan, whereas I find that to be more about the citrus and the woods. This has the other side of the balance to me. And I actually quite like Ambroxan, though some people don't. I really enjoy Ambroxan. This is very Ambroxan heavy. This really screams off the skin. I get that spicy, juicy citrus. I get the woody tone, but I get a lot of Ambroxan. And I am here for it. Man, this is good stuff. Great perform. I did a full review on this one. I did a first impressions unboxing. It's been in the rotation several times. I like this collection. They're right there. There's the other three. I don't know if I'll ever put them on any of the shelving. They just stay there and I just randomly go back to them. I pull caps and sniff them, do random sprays and random full wearings. And just quick tidbit, that orange bottle, Twist on Afternoon Swim. Love it the most, even more than this one. So if you're looking for a great take on Tigar, you don't want to spend a lot of money, you want some great performance, you like Ambroxan, out the shower, Paris Corners, North Stag. Finally on Saturday, another long day out and about. It was nice to finally get a full wearing. This kept sliding across the desk, kind of like how Xerjoff Neo did. That was on my live streams, it was kind of an inside joke for those of you that don't watch my live streams. It just kept, for a couple weeks, kept sliding down the desk. It's like, I'll wear it tomorrow, I'll wear it tomorrow. That went on for like 2 or 3 weeks till I finally wore it. And State of Mind, Sense of Humor was starting to get that treatment. This is citrus, fruity, fresh, earthy green. So what I mean by that, it's a lot of oak moss and tea. But again, Ambroxan brings a lot to the table here where it's not an Ambroxan bomb. It does what most would want Ambroxan to do. That's what I would want Ambroxan to do, is it lifts the profile. It makes everything stronger, better, more lively. It brightens the citruses, the fruits, the herbs, the greens, the musk. Everything about this is heightened with the Ambroxan and doesn't take away too much of a natural smell from it. It doesn't smell heavily synthetic, though it is noticeably there. It's not dominantly there. I'm such a fan of this. I have opened mine from the brand. I haven't opened the fragrance yet, but I'm eager to check it out. It's more of an aquatic. I'm going to be doing a live stream this week checking that one out, but I'm a fan of this house. So fresh, green, and citric. I got to say, beautiful. Oak moss in a fresh way that I've never really smelled it done before, because it smells like oak moss. It's that earthy, spicy green tone, even a little woodsy. But it's a very fresh twist on it, like it's bright oak moss. It's not too often you get a bright, fresh oak moss smell. You get that here. Color of the bottle, very fitting. Very green, very fresh, very citric. Springtime in a bottle. And this is actually glass and magnetic, this gigantic cap. I like the bottle. I like the fragrances. I like the theme to the brand being based around different tea notes. I want to explore more. Like I said, open mind. I need to open that fragrance. It's an aquatic based around tea, so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. But during the day, I was sure smelling great with State of Mind, Sense of Humor. And then when I got the shower, it was time for a good shave. I ended up not spraying anything on top of this, but the aftershave I went with was Nivea Deep Comforting. I referenced it earlier. It's kind of been my two go-tos as of late. And I usually, when I have a shave and want to use something that's based around vanilla, I'll use this as the splash, so it kind of blends well with anything else that I'm going to go with. And this is like a $5 or $6, maybe $7 aftershave splash. Another one, Nivea, makes the skin feel good. Doesn't have to be artisanal, doesn't have to, I mean, sure, traditional shaving as a hobby, they got some great artisan brands out there, but sometimes the stuff you can get off the shelf at the store is just fine. Nivea being one of those brands. I've been, rocking Nivea stuff for years. One of their energizing ones. I've had through many bottles. I bought discontinued, overpriced $50 bottles of it because it made my skin feel so good, full of taurine and stuff like that, very citric. Blue bottle. I don't have any left. I've been through like 6 bottles of that. But this, if you like vanilla, has kind of this bourbon vanilla type of smell to it. Really good stuff. Out the shower, had a shave with Nivea Deep Comforting Splash. Well, that was this week's rotation. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Definitely comment down below. I'm always curious to read what you guys have been wearing. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the stuff that I wore this week and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.